Hey everyone, welcome to Northern Viking Explorer. If you're new here, my name is Ken.
I'm Andrea.
And today we're going to share our likes and wishes with you of the beautiful Carnival Mardi Gras. We recently took a cruise on the Mardi Gras to the Caribbean and we had a 10 out of 10 experience. However,
as with any vacation, there's always just a little room for an improvement.
So we're going to share what we liked, what we loved, and some of our wishes so you know what to expect if you're sailing on the Mardi Gras. So check it out.
For the fun of it, we each compiled our own list of likes and wishes.
I don't know what you have on your list.
And I don't know what you have. You wanted me to tell you, and I said, no, this will be more fun. But let's start with Embarkation.
Yeah, so I think I know what a couple of yours are going to be, but yeah, let's start out with Embarkation and Disembarkation. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So we took, what did we do? We rented a car and we returned it in Port Canaveral and took a shuttle to the port. And what time did we get there? 10:30, 11? Somewhere in there?
Actually, it was, I think we arrived around 10 and we cleared security around 10:30.
Yeah.
But we didn't get on the ship until, I think, 11:15.
Yeah, something like that. And we sailed right through. We got there, went right in, went right to the counter and checked in. And we just sat in the seats there until probably for half an hour or so, 45 minutes. And they let us right on the ship. So embarkation was super quick and convenient. We had pre-done, what's the thing online that we did?
The Verify?
Verify ahead of time. So everything was all ready and we sailed right onto the ship. Disembarkation.
Easy.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yeah.
We did, so they'll put out little tags the day before you get off the ship. And we weren't supposed to be flying out till the end of the day, so we took the last tickets to get off the ship, and yeah, we kind of just hung around in the buffet to get off the ship and basically walked right off. So it was pretty quick to get off. But if you do need the early tickets for getting off the ship, they do get gobbled up right away. We saw a couple places where you could get the tickets, so right by the guest services as well as center stage. I think what's the little coffee shop down there called?
Java.
The coffee shop down on the I want to say deck 6, I believe, right in that area at the bottom of the center stage and the Grand Central area. So you could get tickets there. I'm not sure if there's any other places that you could get tickets.
If you do though need to be off early in the morning, go talk to customer service.
Yeah,
don't stress. Go talk to them, but don't wait.
Yeah, deal with it right away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you have any wishes?
Wishes for embarkation and disembarkation? Not really. That's not one I didn't have any wishes. It went really smooth, both on and off the ship. Actually, I will. This is just not on my list. We took an Uber to Melbourne, Florida airport after we got off the ship, and there wasn't a lot of area for Ubers and Lyft to pick up. So our Uber driver almost got a ticket trying to pull in there. So I think if they had a little bit more space for picking up Ubers, that would probably be good. How about yourself?
Okay, I did have one wish, and you're going to wish that you had picked this one.
Okay.
This is not Carnival specific. There's no address on the ticket. It doesn't tell you what terminal number. So you're always doing a quick Google search. So I believe we were Terminal 3.
Yeah.
But I wish they would put the address. You could punch it into Google Docs or on Google Maps.
That's actually a really good one. I remember when we took our first cruise in 2010 with a competitor, I remember looking at all our information and it was out of Los Angeles and it was just said Los Angeles or something. And we're like, okay, where do we get on the ship? Yeah. So I think for first-time cruisers especially, you're kind of concerned of where you should be going. So I think that would be something if they would put the address of where the ship is. That's a really good one, yeah. All right. So what's next on our list? We have staterooms. Should we dive right into staterooms?
Yeah,
I'm looking up at our board there.
Yeah.
So staterooms, can I start out with my likes? And I'll go through these one by one and you can...
Don't steal them all.
Okay. Should we do one each?
Sure.
I'll start.
Okay.
This is definitely one of my favorites for the stateroom on the Mardi Gras is the glass shower door.
100%.
100%. That's the biggest upgrade.
Yeah.
The glass shower door. We were on the Splendor, and that had the curtain that gets stuck to you.
Kind of clings to you.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah.
So glass shower door, and the shower was fairly big.
Yeah.
Decent size. So
the bathroom was decent size in general.
So if you haven't watched our vlog series, and I'll put links to them in the description, we had an inside cabin on deck 10. We actually had a square inside cabin. So we haven't had a square inside cabin before.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Loved it.
That's not actually on my list that it was square, but it seemed like there was more space. There was not really a hallway on there. But yeah, I really like that. Do you want to pick one?
Yeah. Our room was really quiet. I was actually concerned because we didn't have the hallway that our door was closer to the bed. Mm-hmm. Like you stepped right in off the hallway, right by the bed. But I didn't hear noise all night. Like in comparison to other cruises. Like, yes, you hear the odd door slam, but it was quiet. In
comparison, we were on the Carnival Splendor, in the bowels of the Carnival Splendor. And that was really noisy compared to this room. Like night and day difference. It's
possible that we just had quieter neighbors, but I always bring earplugs, and I didn't need them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually thought the mattress was extremely comfortable as well.
Oh, I didn't have that one. That's true. It was.
Yeah. So, and I don't want to go back to the Carnival Splendor, and I'm sure that was a long time ago, but this was significantly more comfortable than the Carnival Splendor mattress as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And some people say it's a little bit on the firm side. So if you do find that, talk to your room steward because they can get a topper for you. So if you like a more plush, I like a firmer mattress. So we were very happy. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm ready with another like. So I'm probably taking this one from you.
Okay.
But it's the lighting and the light switches.
Yes.
And one thing I really love is they put light switches by the bed. So if you have to get up and use the washroom in the night, you don't have to stumble around in the dark. You can just easily hit the light switch and the lights turn on from there.
And one thing I would say about that is we usually bring a plug, like a kind of a power bar that you're allowed to bring on the ship. And we didn't bring one this time because we knew there were more plugs and USB ports. Yeah. So that's something that was really nice on there as well. And I do want to say I had like the USB ports beside the bed. Yeah. It was really nice as well. So
yeah, for sure.
You can charge your phone right beside the bed, and especially if you use it for an alarm and all that. So.
And there was a lot of lighting options, like the light that went behind the bed, if you wanted a nice gentle lighting. Yeah. And then the vanity light, the big round.
Yeah, around the big mirror.
That was beautiful and really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was lots of lighting, really good lighting. Can I go?
Yeah.
Okay. So the TV was much larger than a TV we've had on other ships.
By far the biggest.
Yeah. So the TV was nice and big. But not only that, there was free movies you could watch on there.
Yeah.
So we watched a few movies on the ship while we were there. Yeah. So you didn't have to, some of them you had to pay for, but others were free, which was a really nice feature. Yeah. If you're kind of lazy, just go watch a movie in your room, which was really nice.
And I like a big television, so that was a bonus. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. Maybe you should sit closer.
Or wear my glasses.
Yeah. I'm joking.
Okay. The air conditioning was awesome. I actually had to get up and turn the air conditioning down because I froze the room. And you
like freezing the room when we go on holidays.
I do. And usually I find the room a little stuffy or a little warm. No problem. It was nice and cold. Yeah.
No, it definitely was. It worked well. Yeah. I don't know how it would work. We never tried the heat.
No.
But we did try the air conditioning, and being in the Caribbean, we were very comfortable.
And inside cabin, there was two of us. I imagine if you had a family of four, it might maybe not be as cool, but it was great for us. Yeah, no, it was awesome.
Plenty of storage.
That was on my list.
Yeah. Like a lot of storage.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a secret? We usually don't unpack on a cruise.
We didn't used
to. We used to always live out of our suitcase.
Yeah.
And now we've started unpacking. And it makes life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, and I use packing cubes, so it's not like I'm pulling one thing out at a time. I can kind of like take out a section of clothes and drop it in a drawer.
Yeah, and when I say we didn't unpack, we would take the odds and ends out, but I think...
Dress clothes we'd hang up.
Yeah, but I think, like, I would have always kept my shorts and t-shirts probably in my suitcase, and I put them away this time. And I think you did more of that as well. You put all your makeup in the drawers and everything. There was a lot of storage in our cabin, which was really nice.
I felt like getting ready was easier by taking advantage of the storage. So I used the drawers under the vanity to keep my makeup and even to keep some of my smaller clothing items there, so that we weren't like continuously going back and forth, back and forth.
Even the little bench in our room, the lid came off and you could store stuff inside it. So there was lots of little...
It's convenient.
Places, yeah. And the ledge behind the bed, you could keep stuff on there as well.
It was pretty small. We were on a Norwegian ship and it had a much deeper ledge to store stuff. So you couldn't put like a cup behind there. It wasn't that deep.
But it was good for your earbuds.
That's true.
And different things like that. So, do you have any more?
Well, I think we already touched on this. I said I love the square cabin feature.
Yeah. No, I did too. Let me just look at mine. I think I got everything there. Oh, I should mention... Our room steward was amazing as well.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So he was awesome. And our room was always fresh towels and he did a really good job with that. So did you have any wishes? Can I start? Because I'm gonna say
But don't take mine, don't take it.
No, I won't. That's what the whole point is, that I actually did not have any wishes for our cabin. That's the one category I didn't have any wishes. And you're gonna be like, oh, you totally forgot this. But I could not think of anything. I sat there for about 5 minutes thinking about it. I couldn't think of anything. So
this makes me sound like really whiny. But I do have one thing.
Okay.
The nightstands.
Oh, okay.
Because they were metal and just kind of like open shelf. I didn't think they were very pretty. And I prefer something with a drawer. So that is like incredibly like...
It was kind of just
small.
like open type shelving. Like a ledge or a nightstand, but
okay, but so
that's nothing to write home about.
No.
So that's the stateroom, and I think we were really happy with the staterooms on the Carnival Mardi Gras.
All right, Ken, let's talk about the app next, and I'll try not to look at your list.
Okay, you go ahead and start.
Okay, well, I thought it was really convenient to quickly check the app to see what was going on around the ship.
Yes, it definitely was, to have a list there.
In your pocket, ready with you at all times.
I agree. And what I liked about it was, this is what I liked about it. This was one of my biggest... Anyway, we'll get to that. I like that you could make a reservation for your restaurant and it would notify you when your table is ready. So you could be in your room, make a reservation, and it would notify you. You just walk to dinner. Yeah. So that was really nice.
No need to line up and wait around. You can enjoy yourself and they paid you and you got 10 minutes to get to the restaurant. So that works really well. And also the menu's on there and it's available at least that day.
Yeah.
So I like to plan what I'm going to eat. So it might be true that at breakfast I'm looking to see what's in the MDR.
For dinner?
Yeah. I'm already like planning out the food for the whole day.
You're like our kids when they finish breakfast. Mom, what's for dinner?
100%. They get it from me.
So, yes, that's nice, but
Are we still on wishes?
Yes, we're still on wishes.
I mean, likes.
Likes? Okay. Before we go to wishes, do you have more likes? I don't have more likes.
No, I don't. So, okay, so wishes.
So, it is nice to have the app and use it, but I work with tech all day long, and sometimes I don't want to take my phone with me or have to use it, and I didn't like that how much extra work they made it if you didn't have a phone with you.
It was expected that you would bring your phone to the MDR. They could and would bring you a paper copy, but it was... you could tell it seemed like an inconvenience.
Well, I did forget my phone the one time, and it was like, okay, we'll get you a menu, but I don't know. And I'm sure you can go there and make a reservation. I don't actually want to have to pull out my phone all the time to do that. So I I prefer not having to do it on. I like the app as an option, but I don't want to have to use it all the time. And I really do like paper menus, or not necessarily paper, but a real menu, rather than sitting there scrolling through my phone at dinner time. So,
okay, this is weird, but I found it awkward to order off the menu. When you have a paper menu in front of you, you can be like, I will have that appetizer, that main, and that dessert. And when you're scrolling through your phone, I feel like I would scroll past what I was looking for. So I was always searching. And then I felt flustered, and then I felt stressed.
Yeah.
So I really prefer the paper. I like to have the digital available, but I prefer to order off the paper menu.
For sure. So my other wish is the fun times.
Yeah.
I really don't like it on my phone. I like the paper version of that. Coming to my cabin and being on the bed.
Planning out your day.
And planning out our day rather than it being on my phone.
It's not bad to be on your phone, but you missed planning by paper.
I miss planning by paper.
That being said, I was told there were paper copies available. We just never picked them up. But they don't deliver them to the room like they used to.
No, and I wish maybe you could, and maybe you can ask your room steward and they'd come every day, but we didn't.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice. Because I know other cruise lines are still giving them out, and I prefer that for sure.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to hop back to the restaurant part of it, though.
Okay.
I really felt like the app cut out the maitre d'. And we don't like to be too fussy, but we will make special requests.
Yes.
Like, we will be like, you know what? Like, one day it was my birthday. It's like, it's my birthday. Can we sit somewhere quieter? Or can we sit by the window?
Yeah.
Those little details, I felt like disconnected because I didn't even know who they were.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and we did the variable timing, the my time or your time dining. And so, I mean, that's part of it as well. But I do agree with you that special requests of I'd like to try and sit by the window or by the railing overlooking the side or whatever was not.
And I'm sure we could have, but it just with the app, you miss that person-to-person contact.
The other thing I do want to mention is the internet.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're not sounding very positive here. So, again, we had a 10 out of 10 cruise. This was the internet. So, we paid for internet on two of the sea days. So, for 24 hours. The first sea day was great. And the second sea day, we could barely get on the internet. So, keep that in mind. And I'm sure we didn't ask for a refund. We probably could have gone to guest services, but there was a fairly long lineup there as well. So.
Yeah.
Which, when you're paying, was it $17 or something like that a day for internet? It's fairly hefty in price. So.
Yeah. But I do have a wish for the app. So, if you're going to use the digital menu, I wish that you could click on the food item and that it would give you more information and show you a picture, because there's a lot of things that I'm not really sure what they are. And then I need to ask the waiter or waitress, and I would love if the information was in the menu, and I'd love to see a picture of what I'm going to get.
You'd love to see what the frog legs look like before you order them?
Yeah. Well, then you then know like how much food you're ordering roughly.
Actually, that's true. How large the dishes, because some dishes are, you think you're getting something large and it's tiny, and sometimes you think you're getting something tiny and it's huge.
So it would be really helpful, I think, for Carnival and for the cruiser.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So our next thing we're going to talk about is the food on the ship. And I want to start out by saying the food was excellent.
It was, yeah.
It was really good. We ate way too much of it. But that being said, we're still going to have some wishes, I'm sure, and I have lots of likes here as well. So I'm going to start out with the first one is lunch on the Mardi Gras. There is an absolute massive variety of food that you could order from. I don't think we were able to get to it all.
Well, you kind of took my point. My first one was there's more food than you can try in a week.
Yeah.
Especially at lunch.
Especially at lunch.
Yeah.
Like we've got Guy's Burgers, you've got Big Chicken, Pig and Anchor. The street eats, which was a whole bunch of different things in there. I don't think we tried.
The blue iguana.
We did the blue iguana, but not
Yeah.
the street eats, like the
We just
fries and
couldn't.
things.
There wasn't enough time, and we just couldn't like fit any more in.
And then of course the buffet, and there's other options, pizza, paninis, all that kind of stuff. So there's just so many different options. So and the food at lunch, I think that's one of my favorite things about sailing on Carnival is the lunch foods.
Absolutely, they.
That's something they excel at for sure.
Completely. And the one thing I thought that was really great is that they put food all over the ship. Like, so there's food on the lower levels.
Yeah.
There's food out by the pool. There's food everywhere.
Yeah, no, for sure. This isn't a wish, but I will say this. I did see people bringing their food up from, I believe it's deck 8 from the Pig and Anchor up to the buffet so they could eat with their family.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I'm going to bring that up later.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we'll erase that. You can go ahead. Do you have another like?
Yeah, the coffee was good. And we've cruised on other ships and have not enjoyed the coffee. I just drank it purely for the caffeine. And I have to say I enjoyed the coffee and like legitimately enjoyed the coffee.
Yeah.
And we had the coffee right out of the buffet and out of Pig and Anchor too.
Pig and Anchor, at the Pig and Anchor, they have a coffee machine that actually grinds the beans down there, and that was complimentary as well.
Yeah.
So in the beverage area. So
It was good.
yeah, I would agree with that. The other thing is the options in the MDR, so the main dining room, the dinner options, the fact that they still served lobster, prime rib, and different things like that,
Included.
frogs, legs, those sorts of things included, because not everybody's offering that anymore. So still being able to get lobster on a cruise, that was a really nice.
It included. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that was on your birthday.
That was.
So you got lobster. Was that on your birthday?
I think lobster and prime rib.
Yeah, I think so. And filet mignon was the other, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't recall.
Oh, anyway, there was some good stuff for sure.
Yeah. I have one other thing that's neutral.
Okay.
When you order food in the MDR, you get what is listed on the menu and nothing more. So if you think there's an extra side dish, there's not. So if it just says like potato and a steak, it's a potato and a steak. There's not extra vegetables.
Okay.
So it's neutral. It's not good. It's not bad. It just, if you want there to be vegetables, order some vegetables with it. So
I would say in Cucina del Capitano, the Italian restaurant, that was the case definitely, because I ordered the pork chop, I believe, and the chicken parm, and they were just the pork chop and a chicken parm. So make sure you order a side, because I would have assumed that it actually came with pasta. So you make sure you order pasta if you want pasta and chicken parm.
And don't be ashamed to order like extra then, because be happy, have fun.
So do you have any more likes? Because there's a lot of likes still.
Well, I could go on and on and on about how wonderful stuff was, but I think we could move into the wish side of things.
I have one more like.
Okay.
So I think out of the restaurants that, not the main dining room, but so we did Pig and Anchor, we did Cucina del Capitano, and we did Chibang.
Yeah.
Out of those three, Chibang was my favorite.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah. So we did all Chinese food there. It's a Mexican Chinese cuisine, and the Chinese food was really good. Really good.
The one thing we wish that we had done a little differently is that we would have shared and ordered different food items and then share them, so had more variety, because it was fun to get to sample a bunch of things.
And the Kung Pao chicken was really spicy. I had a few tears.
I could have used a glass of milk after after one little bite.
But it was really good. So food was excellent. However, I do have a fair bit of wishes.
I do too, but keep in mind, we had a wonderful, wonderful cruise, and these are pretty petty. So
I feel really bad every time I say a wish, because I just had such a good holiday, but I do want to bring some of them up. So
and actually, I'm gonna cut you off, because this was my number one food thing that wasn't even food. it was when we would leave the MDR and they would ask as we left, was it a 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
And I hated being asked because they would ask out loud. And I thought, well, sometimes things weren't perfect, but I 100% enjoyed the meal.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to sit and be a critic. Like, I just want to enjoy my time and not judge.
Yeah.
You know, was it fast enough? Was it hot enough? Did they smile enough? Like, I just want to enjoy my meal. And maybe something wasn't a 10 out of 10, but I don't want to start being negative, and I don't want to be judgmental. And you can hear a dog right now, probably.
So I'm going to add on to that, though.
Okay.
I agree. That was on my list, but part of that as well was on the last day, them asking if it was a 10 out of 10 and then saying, don't forget about the survey coming. Don't forget about the survey coming. And we heard that multiple times, and I don't want to be asked or bugged that there's a survey coming. I'll do the survey if I need to do the survey, or I want to do the survey, but I don't need to be harassed about doing the survey on the last day, because that happened multiple times.
It's true.
So
I'm going to jump back to that whole thing about the food being all over the ship. It's great, but the problem comes is we don't 100% want to eat the same thing when we're given a million options.
Yeah.
So I tend to go for the tacos, you might go for the burger.
yeah.
And so, but we're cruising together on a holiday, and we don't really want to go in opposite directions. We're not even on the same floor then. We're going completely different parts of the ship. So we just negotiated together and be like, okay, today, you know, you choose, and tomorrow I'll choose.
Well, a good example of that is if you wanted a panini down, I think that was on deck, I want to say deck 8 or deck 7. And
maybe 6.
then, no, I'm pretty sure it was deck 7 or 8. Such a big ship, beautiful ship. And then maybe you wanted blue iguana or something like that up on the Lido deck. They're totally opposite. One's at the bottom, one's at the top. So it makes it difficult. And like I think I mentioned before, we saw people riding the elevator with food so they can meet their family in the buffet. So
yeah, it's totally true.
All right. I feel bad about all these.
Oh, you know, okay, this one is us. I had hoped to sit by the window in the buffet, and our timing was awful.
Yeah.
We never got a window.
No, I don't think we did.
Or so by the window in the buffet. So we must have just been hitting it during peak times. There were definitely other seats, but I was hoping to sit by the window and drink my coffee and eat my dessert because I like food. But anyways, that's so small.
We had problems with timing of food.
Yeah.
On our ship, on our cruise. So a good example of that was in the MDR the one night you were done your meal before I had even received my meal.
Oh, that was breakfast.
That was breakfast on the sea day brunch.
Yeah, you know what? And I was reading that we missed this. If you order an omelet, you need to expect at least 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was poached eggs. Anyways, ask if you really want to all eat together, ask if the eggs are gonna delay if you want to eat together, because my food was stuff that's probably already pre-made, like oatmeal and yogurt. It came quick. I was done and we were still waiting for his food.
But this happened multiple times also at dinner as well. Yeah. So they brought one of my appetizers when you were already done your main course. So it's just timing wasn't necessarily. And going in the buffet, kind of the other end of that, an omelet. The first time I had an omelet in the buffet took about half an hour for them to make it. And there was only about 6 or 7 people in line, but it was quite slow. So you were already done breakfast and then you had to wait for me to eat. So we wanted to eat together, but it just didn't happen.
The solution is you just got to eat oatmeal with me.
Or I should go get my food and then you come later.
Oh, I could sleep in.
Yeah. Do you have any other ones?
I think so. Let me just see.
2 petty ones.
I have this is petty. I like, I've experienced before when you're in the buffet and they serve coffee and juice at the table and they refill your drinks. Yeah. So we didn't experience that. I'm not sure if Carnival offers that, but that's something I really like. So if they brought that one day, I'd really like that.
I've got 2.
Okay.
And they're kind of petty, but the one was bacon in the buffet.
Right.
So
Yes.
I was shocked. I've never been on a cruise before where they didn't have bacon every day in the buffet. And it was probably every second or third day they had bacon in the buffet. You could go get it in the MDR if you wanted. But I was surprised because they'd go sausage one day and bacon the next day.
Yeah.
And I was just surprised of that. So.
Yeah.
And do you have any more? Or?
No, but I think I know what your last one's going to be.
My last one is... So I think the only restaurant that is open 24 hours a day on the ship is Pizza. And between... I mean, we ate more than enough on the ship, but between like 10 and midnight, there was a pretty big lineup for pizza. And I was just surprised that there isn't another option late at night. Because we've been on other cruise ships before where there's a pub or something that's open 24 hours a day. You can go get a burger. You can go get wings at midnight or 1 a.m, watch someone playing the guitar and singing. And there wasn't that available. So that was, the pizza's fine. Even on Carnival before, I'm sure, I 100% know when we were on the Splendor, you could get fries and stuff.
I was eating fries at like 1 a.m.
I don't know about 1, but at least till midnight.
Late, yeah.
It was pretty late. So just with that.
And I like a small snack before bed, not too greasy, a small yogurt or a muffin. So what I actually started doing was taking a yogurt at breakfast and putting it in the mini bar and saving it for like a bedtime snack.
Yeah.
And I also heard of other people going to Big Chicken and getting chicken strips and putting them in their mini bar for a night snack.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There's so much food you could work around it, but
it's just...
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's food. Again, the food was excellent. Just a few small
little things.
Little things.
So I forgot 2 things that I wanted to talk about regarding the food. Number 1 is huge. Like huge, huge, huge. I really wanted chips at Blue Iguana Cantina because I think that chips like those like the chips they make at Chili's where they like, make them in the restaurant.
Tortilla chips with a burrito. That would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the salad or the salsas and the toppings right there. It would have been amazing. So that would have made me like over the moon, happy, but it's okay. I understand. And the other thing, this was okay for us.
That's not a negative thing. That's just something they didn't have.
It's totally a wish.
Yeah.
I really wish for chips.
Yeah.
This wasn't a problem for us, but it was a little awkward with people that it was a problem. And that was in the MDR.
Yes.
Some of the tables are about 1 hand width apart. So even though it's a separate table, it might as well be a table for 4.
Yeah.
Because you're so close together. Now, we had some amazing conversations with the people just next to us on either side. We had a lot of good chats.
Yeah.
However, we had some people that you could tell it was very awkward and they were not enjoying having people next to them. So we tried to, respect their space.
Well, we had people next to us that I don't think were enjoying each other's company. So they didn't talk the whole time to each other.
That's true. And we did see on formal night, one couple walked towards us and you could tell they talked to their waiter or waitress and said they didn't want to be seated by us.
Because of how close the tables were.
I'm assuming it had nothing to do with us. I hope not.
Yeah, we'll just assume it was how close the tables were. All right, let's dive into amenities and activities. I have a lot of likes here. This is a great ship. This is a really big ship. Beautiful ship. And
I'm going to start with my first one because it's not really giving away anything. It's just that there's so much to do. Just like the food, you can't do it all.
No. Maybe you might be able to do it all if you didn't actually get off in the ports.
Yeah, but some of the activities...
Oh, yeah,
like
activity-wise?
They overlap. Like, you couldn't... there was just so much going on everywhere that you can't do it all. Like,
no, you have to pick your favorites. And yeah, for sure. High ropes. I loved the high ropes. It was amazing. It was complimentary on the ship. Goes right around the sports courts there. And there's a little zip line up there. There's walk the plank. That was awesome. If you're brave at all, I definitely recommend trying that out.
And even if you're a little bit afraid, go ahead and try. There's no judgment if you turn around. People were turning around and the staff supported them. It wasn't a big thing. Go ahead and try it.
And there was kind of an easier side and a more, I guess, scary side as well. So That was awesome. Can I just do 2 in a row?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Bolt roller coaster was awesome as well. It was really cool. I rode that. Andrea didn't, but it was a ton of fun, and it was
Book
pretty
it right
quick.
away though, because
Yes.
it does book up.
Yes, it does book up, and yeah, on video, like you're not allowed to bring a camera on it, but on the video, it doesn't look that fast. It's pretty fast when you're up there for sure. So, Andrea, do you want to go next?
I thought you were doing 2 in a row.
Oh, I did 2 in a row. High ropes and the Bolt coaster.
Oh, I was just so into it. You know what? I forgot to put this down, but I was thinking the mini golf.
Yes.
The mini golf is very like cute. It's fun. It's free. It's yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah. Because I have a whole bunch of things here.
Okay.
So
Why don't you list them?
The arcade was really big. So if you have teens or adults who love arcades, the arcade was really big. The casino was huge. We're not gamblers, but it was really big on the ship. The gym was really big.
Yeah.
Really big. And the sports courts were like a big, nice sports court. So those were some of the large things. And lots of pools and hot tubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were.
Although there was lots of people, so.
Yeah. So that brings me to the Serenity deck.
Oh, yes, that was very
Which
nice.
I love. So which is the adult only, so it's 21 and over. They have the chairs up there have like the nice foam padding, and there's a lot of creative chairs, kind of that like round ones. There's kind of like chairs that look like beds.
Yeah.
There's 2 adult only hot tubs up there and 1 adult only pool, as well as there's a bar and there's a little salad restaurant up there as well.
Yeah, like a little salad bar type thing.
And it was very nice. I enjoyed it. We were on the ship, which was the same week as spring break for a lot of areas. So the ship was full of families and it was very busy. So it was nice to go to the adult only area and have more of a quiet time.
And they had 2 very large hot tubs in there and a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was awesome. As well, there's a couple of things I was thinking about. So I was thinking about the elevators today. I don't think like the lines for the elevators weren't huge.
No, they move fine.
Except maybe when you're coming out of a show or first getting on the ship. I just felt like we didn't wait as long for elevators as we have in the past on other ships. So.
Yeah, and I felt like there was a bit of a lineup during embarkation when people have suitcases. One other thing though, when we got back on the ship, we would go up 1 flight.
Yeah.
And then we'd walk down the hallway either to the middle of the ship or the other end, the aft or the front.
Yeah.
And we'd use those elevators because where people are getting on and off is very busy. So we just go to another part of the ship and then take the elevators up. And
my two probably favorite areas on the ship were the patio and the summer landing area on deck 8 at the aft of the ship. So that's where Pig and Anchor is. There's a pool out there. There's a couple of hot tubs. That was a really nice area. The Heroes bar is there. There's ice cream there. There's beverage stations. And deck 16, so the Lido deck at the back of the ship or the aft as well, is the Tides pool area. That was gorgeous as well. So those were a couple of my favorite areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other likes?
No, I just have my wishes.
Well, I'm sure I could go on with likes for a long time.
There's so many things. Yeah.
I do have a couple of wishes as well. So do you want to go on? You want to start with those?
Yeah, sure. The wishing. I was wishing that we had gone out onto the Lido deck a little sooner on sea days. When we were on the Carnival Splendor, on the Lido deck, there was 3 levels.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of chairs around the deck if you want to watch the entertainment around the pool. So on the Mardi Gras, it's just 2. And I felt like it was like at one point we went, all the loungers were taken.
Yeah.
So if you wanted just to sit and people watch.
You can still find loungers on the ship though, just not around the pool area.
And the same for the Serenity deck too. That one sea day. I felt like you just like walked around as soon as you saw an open lounger, you're like diving in it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would agree with that. So.
Yeah.
One of my wishes was, I know I already mentioned the Bolt coaster, and it's well worth it, but I still find it kind of on the expensive side, being $15 for the Bolt coaster for, it's about 1 minute or maybe just over a minute. You do 2 laps and it's $15. I get it. It's a novelty. You're taking a roller coaster at sea, but on the same page, we can go to Silverwood in Idaho, and for less than $50, we can ride roller coasters all day and do the water park. So I just find it pricey for sure.
It was pricey.
But it's a once in a lifetime thing to do. So that's kind of, maybe it could be a little bit less. But then again, the high ropes was free. So, and I think they probably, I don't want them to charge for that, but they probably could have charged for that. So
yeah, there have been a lot of free, wonderful things to do.
Yeah.
So my wish, okay, this goes back when we went on the Carnival Splendor.
Yeah.
One of our favorite things to do in the evening was to go sit in the hot tub.
Oh, this is the last one on my list too. So.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed it. So on the Carnival Splendor, when we went, at the very back of the ship was the adult-only pool and hot tubs. And those hot tubs were open later.
Till midnight.
Was it midnight?
Yeah.
And we would sit out there. We had amazing conversation with other people in the hot tub. We watched all kinds of weather go through. It was just like, it's our favorite way to end the day. And I have to say, so on the Mardi Gras, I don't know why, but in the Serenity deck where it's adult only, it closes much earlier.
I can't remember. It was either 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 9 that they shut those hot tubs. I will say this. The 2 hot tubs at the back on, I believe it's deck 16 at the Tides Pool area, are open till midnight.
Okay.
However, they weren't adult only, and they're large hot tubs, and we were there on spring break, and they were full from about 8 o'clock till midnight of teenagers, which they need a place to hang out as well.
Absolutely.
But we didn't get to enjoy that evening experience because there was...
It was so full. Like, we're not just talking, like, around the edge. We're talking kids, like, piled into the center.
Yeah.
Like, they're having fun, right? It's their spring break. We totally get it.
Yeah.
But we didn't get that calm, serene, you know, kind of atmosphere that we were hoping for.
So my suggestion would be to keep at least one of the Serenity hot tubs open later, or there's 2 hot tubs at the back there. Make one adult only and one for teens.
Yeah.
Because there was 2 large hot tubs.
I heard something there was over 1,000 kids that week that we were on there. So I don't know if that was true or not. So you can imagine kids love pools and they love hot tubs. So it was busy. Yeah.
So I think that would be definitely, I think that's probably my biggest wish out of all the wishes for the whole week. That was my biggest one.
More than bacon?
Yeah, more than bacon. More than bacon. I was okay without bacon. I still got some bacon, but that was probably my biggest wish.
Okay, yeah.
Like, actually my biggest disappointment, I would even say.
Ooh.
That's probably my...
Oh, you were disappointed. We're going to keep it positive here, people. We wish that they could have a hot tub open later.
Okay. Shall we dive into our final category, which is venues and shows?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
The comedy was amazing. And we have been to other comedy shows in the past and other ships. Every single one we went to was fantastic.
Yeah.
We just went to the PG shows. They were still really funny, and yet I would feel comfortable bringing my children into listening to the comedy shows.
And there was lots of them. Multiple.
Constant. Yeah.
So, and commonly it would be the same show. So if you missed one because you were at the theater, you could catch it later in the evening. So, and they did announce that in there that this was the same show as earlier. So yeah, that's awesome. The center stage venue in the
Grand Central.
Grand Central.
Yeah.
That venue is a phenomenal venue. The way it looks.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
When they open it up and you can sit and you look over the stage and then the ocean is behind and you can see the waves and it's like a really big open space.
So and then they can kind of pull those down and use them as screens.
They block it off.
At night there'll be screens, and during the day you can see the ocean, or they'll pull them down when they're playing bingo or whatever. That area was just phenomenal on the ship. It's 3 stories high. There was quite a bit of seating on deck 6 for it. So yeah, that was a really cool venue for sure.
Yeah, I liked it. Okay, so I'm thinking, do you want me to talk about some of the shows?
Sure. I didn't actually put that on my list. So.
I didn't really either. I thought the shows were great. The music was great. I have to say, there was always live music everywhere on the ship.
Yeah.
Like every corner I went around, and like top quality, amazing. I would say their main shows, the one we saw in the theater, was it Rock Revolution?
Rock Revolution, I think. Yeah.
Now, it was good. It was good music and dancing. However, I kind of missed the Broadway show. So that's kind of my going into the wish. I enjoy the one that has more of a play with the music and dancing.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of missing the play Broadway style component.
Oh, it was a lot of singing, which was really good, and dancing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
For sure. I like the magic acts. There was 2 of them on there.
Yeah.
You always are like, But
I don't understand what's happening in a magic show, so then I feel frustrated that I can't figure it out. So
I enjoyed them. So there was a couple of them on there, and I thought they were really good and interactive with the audience, that sort of thing. So yeah. Any other likes for the venues?
Oh yeah, I skipped into wishes, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, I thought the ship was beautiful. The whole thing. There was so much thought, and it was interesting to look at.
I do want to mention one other show, and this was probably, now thinking about it, probably my favorite show from the whole week was The Family Feud.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my word. Like, laughing. And I don't know if it's always that funny, because people just can't get the word, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. But like, we're almost falling out of our chair laughing, because you're like, no, they just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. So I love that.
Yeah, that was good.
Should we move into wishes?
Sure.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Well, I kind of spilled into my wish.
So I kind of only had one wish with venues and shows, and that was that the Grand Central, or the center stage, some of the shows were far too, even though there's a lot of seating there, they were far too busy. There wasn't enough seating for how many people wanted to see the show. And some of those big shows they did in there should have been in the theater, or revamped for the theater, because here's what happened. They would do back-to-back shows with 10 minutes
Different shows.
So people would come an hour before the first show to get seats, not leave for the second show. So I didn't really want to go line up for an hour before the first show, especially if we were hoping to see the second show. So if you were trying to get that second show, it was almost impossible to get seats.
Yeah, and there had been another showing of that one show that we wanted to see.
Yeah.
And maybe if we tried again, it would have been easier. But I also have one thing I didn't like about that. So when you go into a theater, everyone takes a seat. They should sit down and watch the whole production.
Yeah.
Now, being that it was in an open area, there's always people like walking through and moving. So you got this like amazing performance, and then you've got someone walking in front of you, and someone is strolling through. Like, it just kind of lacked that respect. Like, I don't know.
That the show deserved.
Yeah. Kind of old school thinking, but.
Yeah. So the venue was awesome. It's just the popular venues, in my opinion, should not. The big ones should have been in the theater instead. Yeah. So, any other wishes?
No, I just feel like there's so many amazing things about Carnival Mardi Gras that we must have missed a lot of wonderful things. We couldn't do everything. We never went to the spa. We, there's so many, other parts of the ship that we didn't even check out. Yeah. It's just an amazing, amazing ship.
Yeah. No, we had a great cruise on there for sure.
We did.
So that wraps up our likes and wishes on the Carnival Mardi Gras. We truly did have an amazing week on this beautiful ship. It was definitely a 10 out of 10 experience, even though we did have some wishes. Would you say the same thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was awesome for sure. So, and we just recommend if you are going on a cruise, check out the Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
So if you haven't liked this video already and you made it this far into the video, we hope that you would give it a thumbs up because we'd really appreciate that. As well as if you haven't subscribed already, we are going to ask you to subscribe because we would definitely love to have you join the Northern Viking community. We have more cruises coming up that we would love to share with you, our vlogs and more videos like this. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you're notified of upcoming videos. Any final thoughts?
No, just cruise, cruise, cruise.
Yes, cruise, cruise, cruise. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.